Ready to unlock some serious Scarlet Witch power in Marvel Rivals. You guys sent in some awesome stuff for this deep dive.
Yeah, we've got top-tier guides, forum debates that got, well, pretty heated.
Oh yeah, definitely some passionate players out there.
Even pro breakdowns,
So we're going deep on how to dominate with Wanda.
And you know, what's really fascinating is how much high-level Scarlet Witch play just completely flips the script.
Oh, okay, flip the script how? Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, her secondary fire, for example.
You mean like not just relying on those chaos bolts all the time?
Right, exactly. A lot of players, they see it as this backup option, but the real experts, they're building their whole strategy around it.
Interesting. So, like, what's the advantage there? Why is secondary fire so powerful?
Control. It's all about controlling the battlefield. You can use it to lock down areas, create these choke points, force your enemies into bad positions.
So it's not just about damage, it's about, like, dictating the flow of the fight.
Yeah, exactly. That wider area of effect. It's not just about hitting multiple targets.
It's about, like, making them play your game.
You got it. It's proactive, not reactive. You're making them react to you.
I like that, yeah. Keeping the opponent on their toes.
And with that faster projectile speed, it's so much harder to dodge, you know?
So they're constantly trying to avoid your attacks instead of, like, thinking about their own offense.
They're on the back foot, always a step behind.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this is less about, like, brute force damage and more about a strategic approach.
Precisely. But of course, the primary fire still has its moments, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't want to completely abandon it.
It's all about having the right tool for the job
Right. Choosing your moment.
and managing those cooldowns.
Yeah, cooldown management is huge.
You don't want to be caught empty-handed when things heat up.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned zoning, control, all that. So is it safe to assume positioning is key for Scarlet Witch?
Absolutely. She's not a brawler. She's not going to win a head-to-head slugfest.
Yeah.
Mid-range, that's where she shines. That's where her accuracy and those defensive abilities really come into play.
Makes sense. But doesn't hanging back make her a target? I mean, wouldn't more aggressive opponents just jump on her?
It's a calculated risk for sure. But at a distance, her projectiles are harder to dodge. You know, less travel time.
Okay, yeah.
And her defensive cooldowns, especially if you use them proactively, they give her that space to breathe, to reposition, to outmaneuver.
Oh, okay. So it's about creating that space so you can control the engagement.
That's the key. Control. And you know what else that space is good for?
Let me guess. Combos.
You're getting it? Her whole kit is built around setting up those big plays. And the core of it all, the linchpin, is Darkseal.
Oh, yeah. Darkseal, definitely a fan favorite.
That stunt, it's not just about a little damage window.
So disrupting the enemy, right?
It's crowd control, pure and simple. It breaks their flow, it opens up opportunities for your team.
I'm starting to see how all these tactics kind of stack on top of each other.
It's like a layered cake of pain.
Yeah, the delicious enemy defeating cake.
Exactly. And one of the combos that kept coming up in the research is pairing Darkseal with Chaos Bolt.
Classic, yeah. Stun them, then blast them.
But what really elevates it is when you add Mystic Projection into the mix.
Okay, now we're talking. Mystic Projection, that's got to add some serious unpredictability.
It's all about mind games.
Huh?
So let's say you land Darkseal on a priority target.
Okay.
Instead of just immediately hitting them with Chaos Bolt,
Right.
you use Mystic Projection to reposition. You flank them, maybe get to higher ground, something unexpected.
So you're using their confusion to your advantage.
Exactly. It throws off their timing, makes it way harder to predict your next move.
So Mystic Projection isn't just for defense or escape, it's like an offensive tool as well.
It's multi-tool. It's about creativity, you know,
Yeah.
thinking outside the box. And that same principle applies to her ultimate.
Oh yeah, her ultimate. It's tempting to just fire it off as soon as it's ready.
Oh, I know.
But the best players, they use it strategically.
Right, they wait for that perfect moment.
So help me out here. When are those ideal moments? Like, how do you know it's time to unleash that game changer?
One scenario is when the enemies are all grouped up.
Ah, yeah, maximizing that area of effect damage.
Exactly. Or maybe you save it for when a high-value target is exposed. You know, a quick pick.
Eliminating the biggest threat.
But the real key, no matter the situation, is communication with your team.
Oh yeah, teamwork makes the dream work.
Let them know you're about to pop it so they can capitalize on the chaos.
So it's not just about you, it's about setting up your team for success.
That's what separates the good Scarlet Witch players from the great ones.
So it sounds like mastering Scarlet Witch, it's not just about knowing her abilities, it's about understanding the whole flow of the battle.
Yeah, positioning, mind games, all that.
It's almost like you're conducting an orchestra.
I like that analogy. You're not just playing a character, you're orchestrating the entire fight.
And that's what makes her so rewarding to play, right? It's not just about reflexes.
It's about strategy, creativity.
Knowing when to make those unexpected plays.
That's what sets her apart.
Now that you've got all these insights, what kind of Scarlet Witch player will you become? That's the question we're leaving you with.
It's up to you. What will your legacy be?
And for those of you who want to see some of these combos and mystic projection tactics in action,
We've got you covered.
we've included a link to a visual guide in the show notes. Happy strategizing, everyone.
Go make Wanda proud.